Okay, my name is Todd Russell. I'm with Ewing Controls. I'm going to be going through the operation and the equipment provided for the turbine generator. To begin, at the top of the panel, what we have are two indicating lights, one for open circuit breaker, the other one for the breaker close. As you can see, open is green, close will be red. On the side over here, we have our Eaton power meter. This will display our current, our voltage, and our power functions. So to use the meter, we can use the down key to cycle through the available metering data on the side. As you can see, as I go down through, I have different indications. Now, at the very bottom, we have our energy totalizer. We have a watt hour, a bar hour, and a VA hour. Under all of these, once you achieve the desired metering section, you can use the side key to cycle through, receive, total, receive, deliver, net, and total. And you can do that for all three of the energy, well, not for the VA, but for the watt hour and the bar hour, positive, negative, net, total. Right here is our auto synchronizer. This device is what's going to be used to synchronize our system to the utility. So at the top, we have our bus, B for bus. We have our voltage and our frequency. Underneath, we have our gen, our G for generator, voltage, and frequency. Now, when we go to synchronize, we'll be at rated speed. Our generator voltage will be slightly higher than the bus voltage, and our generator frequency should be slightly higher than the bus frequency. Once we're there, we'll use this as a synchroscope. This line right here will light up with green, well, with red until it gets to the middle where it goes green. The middle means we're in phase. So when we're synchronizing, we want to see this line going slowly in this direction. Underneath, we have an emergency stop button. Pushing the emergency stop in will trip the unit. Pulling it out will allow you to reset the unit. Here is our Basler DEX 250 voltage regulator. This is used to control the excitation, the voltage of the unit. Over here we have our lockout relay. This relay is actuated from our generator protection relay, this unit in blue. If it decides that we are outside protected settings, it will trip the unit by causing this lockout relay to trip. When this lockout relay is tripped, an active trip will have this light be red. If this light is red, you cannot reset the handle. Do not try and reset the handle. Both lights have to be off for you to be able to reset. Once both lights are off, the protection is clear, we can reset, and the relay will be green. Again, underneath, we have our generator protection relay. This relay is monitoring our voltage, our frequency, our current, and our power, and deciding if we're outside boundary. If we're outside boundary again, he will issue a trip to the lockout relay. So, those are the components on the doors. The last component is our human machine interface, our HMI. So, on the HMI, we have the following screens available for the operator. We have an alarm area. Under the alarm, we have active alarms. These are alarms that are currently active. We then also have a history. Under the history, we have a list of the last 999 alarms that were set to the machine. These alarms will exist always. Once you reach 999, the next one will bump the oldest alarm, and it will continue to cycle as a circle. We have an acknowledge button. So if we do have an alarm, we're going to have a little pop-up. That pop-up will indicate the alarm. You then can acknowledge this alarm, or you can acknowledge all. So if there are other alarms along with this alarm, that'll acknowledge all of them. The other thing to do is to hit the acknowledge button. So again, when we acknowledge, this down here, this little indicator shows us steady yellow means we have an active alarm. Blinking yellow means we have a new alarm that needs to be acknowledged. Again, we can acknowledge, acknowledge all, or acknowledge. So that's going over the alarm screens available to us. So In addition to the alarm screens, the other alarm/trip indication is our first out screen. So on the first out, we have an indication of what that first out was. Now, first out means when the system was running and then the system tripped, the first out means that was the cause of the trip. There could be additional trips, but again, what we're focused on is the yellow. The controlled shutdown, in this case, was our last trip. And we can also see that on the first out button itself. And again, this is a list of all protection on the system. So red means it's currently active. In this case, I have a controlled shutdown and a main panel e-stop. Yellow means the cause of the first trip. In this case, controlled shutdown. And then everything not highlighted is just there as to show you what trips are available on your system. So that is the first out. So we've gone over the alarm, the active, the history, and the first out screen.